Hi, I'm Autumn Dawson, and I want to talk to you today about forgiveness. Are you a person who forgives easily? Do you hold on to things that have happened to you in your past? When someone does you wrong, are you quick to forgive them or do you hold it inside? And today we're going to talk about forgiveness because it is a powerful tool to advance your life and to get you freedom. Forgiveness, by definition, is this: to stop feeling angry towards someone or something, to stop pointing blame, and to stop requiring payment. And I want to ask you today, if someone has hurt you or something has happened to you in your past, are you able to walk out forgiveness with them? And this is one way you can check yourself. Does it still make you angry? Do you still blame them? Do you still want them to pay for what they did for you? If you're answering yes to any of those questions, I want to challenge you today to forgive. I want to challenge you today to begin to walk in forgiveness towards those people who have hurt you. See, what happened in your life may have not been your fault, but it is your job to get healed. And I know many times we want the other person to ask us to forgive them, or we want them to respond. And you know what? Sometimes that doesn't happen in life. Sometimes they may never say that it was their fault, or they may never take the blame for it. But what forgiveness will do is it will free you. It'll make you a person who can go on with their life. It'll make you a person who can forgive others. Because you know what? Chances are we've done something to offend or hurt other people too. I'm going to tell you something that recently happened to me. So I'm out by the pool watching the kids, and I had this phone call from someone who I was expecting. And so I'm there on the phone, and it was an important call to me. And I'm there on the phone, and I'm talking to this person, and we're having a great conversation. And all of a sudden, I feel this sting. And I'm like, oh my gosh, an ant has bitten me. So I reach over, and I'm like trying to get the ant, and then I feel a wing. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this is not an ant, it's a wasp. And the wasp is stinging me. And so I shoo the wasp away, and then I realize something is still stinging me. And I realize the stinger's still in there. So I'm reaching over, pulling out the stinger, and immediately I'm still on the phone with this person, and they have no idea that I've been stung. And so I reach over, I get the water, and I start cleansing the wound. And then immediately I run over to my bag, and I get some lavender oil, and I start putting the oil where the sting happened. And all the while, I'm still, amen, talking to the lady on the phone. And I put the oil on there. And before long, the sting's going away. I'm continuing my conversation. I'm continuing what, my assignment was to talk to this lady. And the Holy Spirit brought this back up to me. And he's just kind of showing me so many times we are so angry with whatever stung us, or we're so frustrated or blaming whatever happened to us that we're chasing around trying to punish the person who's almost hurt us. And, I was thinking about when I got stung by that wasp. I was not trying to figure out where the wasp went. I was not trying to search it out and cause it pain or start talking about it. Or I wasn't doing anything like that. My whole goal was to get myself healed. I began to do what the Bible even says, to remove the wound, remove the thing that's hurt you. Then I immediately went and cleansed it. We cleanse ourselves by washing the water of the Word over us. And then I began to put oil on there. And this is so neat how this happened. It just randomly happened, but I really believe the Holy Spirit used it. And sometimes we need the oil of the Holy Spirit to heal that wound inside of us. But I feel like so many times when we are injured or stung by someone or hurt by someone, we're looking to punish them. We're looking to blame them for what we did, for what they did. And instead, what we really need to do is focus on getting ourselves healed. And my assignment was to talk to this lady on the phone. Do you know that she never even knew that I was stung by a wasp? And most of the time when we're hurt, when we're injured by someone, when they've wounded us in some way, all we're communicating is our hurt. All we're communicating is our sting. All we're communicating is what happened to us. And I want to challenge you, you need to get over what happened to you. It may not have been your fault. But the thing is, it is your job to get healed. It is your job to remove the sting so that you can go on with your life. And the Lord reminded me of this in Luke chapter 7 and verse 37. It was about the immoral woman. And what happened, Simon and Jesus were in the house together, and this woman comes in, and she begins just crying and falling at Jesus' feet. And she begins washing his feet with her hair, and she begins just pouring her love out on him. And I'm telling you, Simon was like, what is going on here? This woman, she's obviously immoral, and all these things are going on with her. And Jesus begins to talk in a parable, and this is what he said. If two people had debts to a bank, and one of the people owed a little bit, and the other owed quite a bit, a lot more actually. And the banker came to them and said, you know what? I'm going to forgive both of you. Neither of you owe me anything. That would be a good day. But do you know what? Jesus said this, which one do you think loved the most? And this is what he said, the one who was forgiven the most. And I'm telling you, if you have a lot to be forgiven for, this is what Jesus told him. The one who was forgiven more loved more. What does your love look like? If you've been forgiven a lot, your love should look great. And I want to tell you, as people of God, our love should be great. Because we've been forgiven for so many things that we've done in our lives, love should flow out of us. I'm telling you, we should be the most forgiving people in our city. We should be the most forgiving people that the world ever meets because we have been forgiven much. And I want to challenge you today. If you've been hurt, hurt is real. But forgiveness is real, and it's your job to get healed. It's your job to pull the thing out that has hurt you. Forgive, cleanse yourself, and then get the oil of the Holy Spirit on your life. Begin to spend time in the presence of God, and He will begin to change you. He'll begin, that sting won't even bother you anymore. It'll be like another part of your life that you don't even remember, and you'll begin to move forward, and you'll begin to do what you're called to do. I'm telling you, if you live in hurt and the regret of the past, you will never do what God has called you to do. And this is an exciting season, I feel like. And that's why I really feel like the Holy Spirit's just drawing us all towards that place of forgiveness. So I hope this encourages you today. God bless you.